Welcome back to Data Center News Asia. You're joining me just after failed trying to gate crash the Women in Data Centers drinks event. But James, you seem to be having a bit more luck gate crashing wherever you are in Hong Kong.
It's not very difficult to gate crash the side of the road. You probably can hear the rush of cars going by me. Uh, we scheduled this quite poorly. I'm literally on the way from one meeting to another. But yeah, as you can see, I'm in Hong Kong, so all good.
Excellent, nice iconic skyline behind you. I was hoping you could find this week's first story in the background. This is the Mega Gateway campus, or the part of the Mega iMega campus from SUNeVision, and they've just opened the hyperscale facility there.
Yeah, like this has obviously been on people's radar for quite a while. A new 20 megawatt facility from the SUNeVision team. Yeah, they announced the opening today. I was funny enough catching up with couple of different stakeholders up here in Hong Kong who were giving me some of the lowdown about pre-leasing, etc., that's taken place in the facility. So I believe already quite a lot of plan commits for this facility. So yeah, a successful opening by the sounds of things. And it sounds like customers will be moving in relatively shortly.
Yeah, the press release says 65% pre-leased, which is, I mean, even in Hong Kong's mega busy market, that's pretty impressive on a 20 megawatt facility. I'm not sure. I'm probably putting you on the spot here, but I'm not sure how many of the other. I can't find how many of the other buildings on the mega campus are open. This is quite a large campus they're building there, isn't it?
Yeah, well, talking about the specific campus, I couldn't give you numbers off the top of my head while I'm on the side of the road, but like they're generally seeing pretty strong leasing across the board, across a number of their facilities. So without giving too much away, I believe it's a Chinese hyperscaler who's taking certainly the majority of that pre-commit. Um, Competitive pricing is what I hear, but again, I'm not gonna speculate on the specific numbers I heard today. But yeah, it seems to tick the boxes for all parties concerned.
Yeah, well, this is SUNeVision's seventh facilities in Hong Kong. So congratulations to the team, and obviously they've got a lot of advantages in terms of connectivity and connections. Uh, the other story that I think you wanted to cover, James, you sent me earlier. I'm stuck at a paywall here, but this is Microsoft in New Zealand, and they've made a big land acquisition, or they've been had permission to buy, I should say, permission to buy a big land acquisition.
Yeah, so we've been reporting on both Microsoft and AWS building out regions in New Zealand. I probably guess about a year ago since the first region was announced. They are both doing, I think, a bit of a mix of self build and taking space off some of the big operators who have announced that they're developing campuses down there. CDC and DCI are probably the two most high profile of those. This was interesting because I'm not too au fait with the particular planning legislation in New Zealand, but they needed to get special permission because I understand that this campus is outside of what they regard as an urban area there, and it was over a certain size. So, as for the press release, I think it said 5 megawatts, 5 hectares. They needed special permission from the government. I believe the plot was 6.5. Anyway, they've seemingly got that. They've secured the land parcel for $180 million. Maybe we'll clarify post this. Was that US or was that New Zealand dollars? I'm not sure if you've got that info to hand.
No, you're spot on with all your numbers, James. I've got the notes that you sent me, and you've managed to memorize them by heart. So yes, 180 million US dollars was the,
US, okay.
and yeah, they didn't announce the official location of this, but there are three other plots of land that Microsoft owns in an area called Westgate, which I think is uh, well, we don't know if it's a nearby part, but that's an area of Auckland where this may be.
Yeah, well, both, again, I don't think it's any secret that both AWS and Microsoft are looking at the northern part of Auckland. Again, I can't claim to my New Zealand geography particularly well, but yeah, I believe it's in the northern northern suburbs of Auckland, I suppose is what you call it. Um, it's interesting because I think some of the projects, both AWS and again Microsoft, are at various stages of completion. So I believe I could be wrong because, like I said, I don't have my computer or my notes in front of me, but I believe that this maybe the third AZ that Microsoft will be working on, because I think some of the construction work, well, I know some of the construction works are already quite advanced for some of the other assets they have.
Yeah, absolutely. And NextDC was the other one who'd also bought land recently in Central Auckland alongside CEC and DCI. And there was actually a gentleman that I was speaking to at PTC a few months back who a local small data center developer, and they said they'd sold out almost as soon as they listed the site. So Auckland seems to be, to use your cliche term, one to watch.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Like New Zealand, prior to Microsoft and AWS obviously announcing, was a very, very small market. Again, I don't have the numbers to hand, but I believe it was around the 30 megawatts of actual live capacity. Most of New Zealand's cloud requirements were being serviced out of assets in Sydney. So, yeah, this is a big boom for the New Zealand data center industry. It's a $180 million investment. I believe 350 or so jobs are going to be created from this asset alone, which I think was quite a major motivator in getting the necessary approvals in. So yeah, I think, again, don't quote me because I don't have my notes in front of me, but I think this is the final zone in what's going to become Microsoft's region.
I mean, I don't have any confirmation on it, but it looks to be based on the number that they've listed on the website at least. So yeah, absolutely, they're well on their way with New Zealand. The one other story that there's not a huge amount of detail on this story, James, but this was the MOU between NeutraDC and China Mobile. I guess this caught my interest because whilst they haven't specified what they're going to be doing, it's well known that China Mobile are someone with a lot of access and referrals to big Chinese customers, and NeutraDC did say that this would be a way they would be offering a gateway to the Indonesian market. So an interesting collaboration between those two, I think.
Yes, it's, again, I don't want to speculate, but I think you've kind of summarized it quite well. I think that generally the Chinese players do like to go in through um, a Chinese operator, whether that be via connectivity service or just the need for a partner like China Mobile or China Telecom
Yeah.
to enter. So maybe putting two and two together to make five here, but I think one could kind of assume that this partnership or this MOU will facilitate the likes of Tencent, Ali, potentially ByteDance, Baidu, some of these kind of guys to go in and set up additional or new presence in Indonesia.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I know NeutraDC is they've obviously cordoned off the existing Tallinn data center assets, and they've got some new developments they've been targeting in. I want to say Batam as well as some other places. So it'll be interesting to see what they win and how it goes for the partnership.
Yeah, but I think on the face of it, looks like a sensible partnership for both parties and one which will, I suppose, increase the pace of the digital transformation and cloud adoption journey in Indonesia.
Excellent. Well, on that note, I don't think we need to plug anything this week. I'd rather let you get off to your dinner, and I'd say I'll go back and rejoin the Women in Data Centers event, but I'm neither a woman nor really in data centers, so I'm kind of disqualified on both parts.
If you put a wig on, you would get in, no problem.
I've got the hair for it, certainly.
Good stuff, Reese. Well, yeah, I got to run because, like I said, I'm caught between a couple of meetings here. Very coincidence, you may think that this is pre-planned to have such an iconic building in the background, but no, this is just walking through Hong Kong. So, yeah, Reese, I'll let you get on. I'm sure there's probably going to be loads of announcements tomorrow, which people will private messages for missing, etc. But we are reporting on Thursday night, and this is the info we have.
I appreciate your dedication, James. I'm glad, hopefully, whichever operator you're meeting will wait.
Yeah. Anyway, well, everyone, thanks again for watching. Reese, have a good weekend, and I speak to you soon.
Happy Friday, everyone.
Cheers. Thanks.